The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Attacking an amateur athlete for doing everything right. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
It is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Yo, it's your boy Terry Black. Today is September 16th, 2025. This is week 2 in the NFL, week 3 in NC college football. And got a lot of good games, a lot of boxing match happening, whatever, with Canelo and Crawford. A lot of good stuff happening. It was kind of weird week prior to the football games, but like, hey, thank God for football, thank God for boxing. It alleviated a lot of stuff that's been going on social media when it comes to the events like that happened in Utah and whatnot. But thank God for sports, man. It was a really good weekend. The Bama played Wisconsin. Pretty good game. They Bama bounced back. We got Tennessee and Georgia. That was probably 1A of the games on Saturday. That was just drama all over the place. We got Florida going to LSU and the implications of that. We got Notre Dame in Texas A&M, which was was one of the best games of Saturday. And then of course we got Texas, Archie looking suspect. I got a good explanation for that, but I couldn't find any film. Matter of fact, I think I did find some film. Hold up, make sure. Let's see. You know what? Let me go. To prove my point on this. Let's see. Hold up. Let's see. Give me a second. Shout out to man Yacho, man. Texas alum. I think he had something to show. Well, I wanted to. Let's see. That's Georgia. I must have missed it. Hold up. I'm going off the whim here. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't hit. I might have got the wrong person. It's not even go. But like, they got it had some tape of what was actually going on with Arch, and we'll start there. Here's my we'll start there on the NCAA tip. But before we even get to that, the NFL games was good too. Like the Cowboys, New York, Philly versus Kansas City, even we'll get more of the other stuff with NFL a little later on. So back to college. This is the issue going on with man and Archie. I feel like Sark is using this time to go against like the mid majors or smaller schools, and putting Arch in advantageous positions because Sark's system, the reads, the keys, and everything is pretty complex. It's not like you just going in doing like the Texas Tech air raid with I just went blank on his homie name. He passed away. The original air raid where the reads are just, hey, you see green, pass it where the green at type stuff. It's a little bit more, the keys a little bit different because like if it's like a slant, it was like one of those quick slant RPOs. You actually reading the safety or what the safety's doing, what the safety and the cornerback's doing and stuff. It just, that's just one of the little simple things. And he's putting them Arch, and the same thing happened with Quinn. Quinn had issues with footwork coming. Because he set out his senior year in high school at South Lake Carroll. Shout out to South Lake Carroll. That's Tarrant County school down here, Texas school. And he went up to Ohio State. So like his same scenario where the footwork isn't gonna be 100% and everything, and then like the timing is always off because you have to be able to read what the safety's doing off top and get the ball out there right when you gotta do it like quick. You can't, like, if you watch Ewell's, a lot of times when he doing like a quick, like a RPO, that ball coming out so fast, like he see it, he'll fake the hand up and just throw it type stuff. And if you're not used to that, like Arch came from like a zone read, two zone read, like air out offense. It wasn't like a lot of RPOs. It's just tricky like that because like it's so many keys you read. You got to read like 3 keys before you throw it or hand it off. Like if you throw a key, like for example, let's say the cornerback is playing off, right? But the safety's playing cover 1. The free safety move up and cover 1 or something like that, or they're in cover 3. You might not pass that because of where the linebackers gonna jump that and they in cover 3. If they in cover 1, if they in cover 1 or quarters or something like that, you might get it, but you gotta really zip it in there. Like I said, the process is the read is so fast. So one thing I'm saying, if you watch a lot of his throws, he's either reading way too fast, and he's hurrying up the throw, or he's second guessing the read. So he's holding on the ball long, and that's how he got his interception, throwing across his body because like he's trying to make something happen without like making a negative play. But which he ended up making a negative play. So I think that's and then that his reason that's gonna affect your mechanics too. So like Sark's offense, you need a young quarterback need like a good year of just sitting in that offense and just letting him just bombard him. Because like this Arch we're seeing now, when it comes to just the basics of the offense, like he's gonna be able to improvise. He's Sark gonna be able to have an offense. Like this is why I know like it's the offense. It's what Sark is putting at him. It's because when he had the flow of the game happens, like when he playing pretty much improv ball, calling out routes. No, the reads are simple. Oh yeah, he flourishes like crazy. Like he'll move have a drive on you for a touchdown real quick. It's when it's like playing. And it's playing, it's like, and that's why I know Sark is putting him in this position. So if he could do this, if he could do that, if he could do stuff like make the reads in an advantageous position at like this, like with the stuff UTEP was playing. Like UTEP usually they'll run 3 They do like a 3-3-5 stack type of defense, but they'll keep 3 safeties up top. They'll keep 3 safeties up top, 3 linebackers, and 3 safeties, 3 linebackers, and like 3 down linemen, and the 2 cornerbacks or whatever. So they are just the safeties just play off and just run like games like one safety, the middle safety go play the outside leverage up top in the side safety come in the middle, do like a robber type situation. That's what they call robber. Well, robber would be one going in and one going out. I think it's a I forgot the terminology off the top of my head, but like they were doing a lot of that. So he was, when you're not really sure on the read from that point, which thank God. I mean, I'm happy UTEP played that way because I feel like that's gonna make Arch better when if you go against a team like Mississippi State where they'll run something crazy like that or Vanderbilt or somebody, they'll run something crazy like that. Not saying just like that, but just a wrinkle in a defense. That's good to be able to know. Okay, I'm more like you're gonna read the front. It's gonna be 6 people in the box anyway. You can just go ahead and run the rock, give 5, 6, maybe a long run out of that because they're so light and they so light, and then that could open things up. Like I feel like Sark wanted him to pat. He wanted to put him in a position because first off he knew he was gonna beat UTEP, but he wanted to put him in a position where, okay, what do you do when we go against a defense like this, or somebody play? Because like he had the same issue when they do scripted plays in the Ohio State game where they're doing scripted plays. They're doing like actual plays, no audibles or anything like that. And he skipped some balls because like he skipped some footballs because like he's doing too much instead of like playing within the flow of the game. So I'm confident Arch is gonna be one of them ones by the end of the year. It's just one of those. Sark like to do that with young quarterbacks, especially when they get the starting position and they're going against lesser teams anyway. So that's my theory on Arch. I don't think anything wrong with him. I think Sark is doing, and honestly, our defense is just crazy. I don't see too many teams just running up and down on our defense. Really, like Ohio State got the talent to do it. Maybe Alabama got talent to do it. I don't see a lot of people running on us. So he's playing. Arch is playing with house money right now because the only team I could really see off the top of my head that might do some weird stuff against our defense would be like a Vanderbilt, where Vanderbilt they just like a sneaky team. The scheme is just it's just like Georgia Tech, and that's another team that's crazy. Georgia Tech, Clemson, and we'll talk about that after this because I will actually watch that game before the Texas UTEP game. So that's my thought process on Arch. That's what's going on. Arch Sark is doing. He's doing some coaching. He's putting Arch in crazy positions, so he'll be better off later on when we're playing the Georgias or the SEC in general. So that's that. The Georgia Tech Clemson game, right? I think Georgia Tech with Haynes, I think Haynes King is a quarterback. I'll make sure I got that right. I know it's multiple Haynes. Yeah, Georgia Tech is let me make sure I got to do. Yeah, Haynes King. The thing about Haynes King, man, he's gonna be a hard out. Man, their schedule is favorable. I didn't even see their schedule, so they don't have to play Miami if they get to the championship. They don't have to play Louisville. I don't. Man, this is a favorable schedule. So us got truth. They might run the table with this schedule. They might be. I could honestly got see them being. Syracuse and North Carolina State might be the only two teams I could see. Okay, that might be a fight. But like personally, I could see them being a playoff team, legit. Because honestly, got true. That 24-21 score is indicative to how that game actually flowed. Like Clemson was getting pushed around. There was a legit getting pushed around. Let me look at the. I saw the game. like Georgia Tech's defense was balling. They were balling out of control, man. It was nothing. Like the receivers from Clemson really couldn't get open as much as they did against oh shit, really they ain't been getting open at all anybody. But like the defense stepped up on that. But like Haynes King, man, that's a Heisman Trophy finalist if he stay healthy. Because that's the only thing holding me back for like really hyping up Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, man, like other than they schedule favorable. Syracuse is their biggest test right now in their schedule. If you want to be 100 with you, next to like the Georgia go, they call that clean old fashioned hate. You know, that's the rivalry name. That's gonna be a war either way because they similar type schools. Like the style they playing, like Georgia playing more of a running court, like I forgot his name. The quarterback for Georgia, he's more of a running style anyway. So and then you don't have to play Notre Dame. This is an easy schedule. Like they could legit run. They could be 12-1 out of the schedule. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 11-1. I'm excuse me, 11-1. They could legit be 11-1. I don't see them being 12-0. Like Syracuse is gonna be a tough game for them. So let me back up. I was going. Of course, Ohio won. Penn State. I think Penn State played. Oh, they play Oregon next week. Yeah, that's gonna be early game of the year. That game in the they got that game in the Ohio State game. Watch them 2 games. Them 2 games probably gonna be game of the week territory. Come on, man. I said Ohio State. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I didn't do this. Like I'm looking at the schedule. So that Penn State basically they had a warm-up game. They got bye. So they're gonna be playing Oregon, Oregon next weekend. This game right here, I think Billy Napier, man, he better be up out of here. You better be up out of here. Oh, whatever, dude. Hey, you know what y'all I was talking about. I was just scrolling down, man. Don't be over here correcting. You know what I mean. I thought I said Ohio State, man, but hey, it's cool. All right. Yeah. Let me see. Who did? Yeah, they ain't playing nobody to Ole Miss. So yeah, man, that game right there, fucking Billy Napier. Let me go find this. Hold on, let me go and do this. Man, DJ Lagway stunk up the place. Billy Napier stunk up the place. Westcott can run about. Florida can run a rock. Yeah, Napier might be out of there, man. Napier might be out of there. Because, like, if you go look at their schedule, it doesn't get easier. You play Miami next. And you going down there to Miami. I used to say I almost said Coral Gables like the old school. Then play Texas, then play A&M, play Mississippi State. Mississippi State ain't no pushover. Then play Kentucky, Georgia. That's gonna be a war. And how wacky this year is, they might beat Georgia. They might all of a sudden come out and beat Georgia on that one. Yeah, this is a hard schedule. So yeah, man, look, Napier. Look, man, depending on he might be out of here by Texas A&M. Depending on how that Miami game look, he might be up out of here. It's sad, man, because like I legit thought Florida was gonna have like an upside just because of DJ Lagway. I mean, he was actually a pretty good quarterback. It's almost like he regrets. I watched some of that game before that game and the A&M game before the Mayweather Crawford Canelo fight. And yeah, it's something up, man. Like I don't know, the team lost faith in him or whatever. They're gonna need a rebrand, a re-rack. That's how I was like, I want to see what he said on this. I ain't gonna lie, the spicy version, that one's it's all right. I had it the other day just to try it out. That's a long ass ad. You can't even skip it.
This team in particular that we have, I think a lot of our team is excelling at a high level. You know, I think we got to understand who we are, where we're at relative to our situation, and then we have to keep improving. You know, I think, really, in my opinion, if we were able to kind of get back in our rhythm offensively, and generate points and yards, we could be tough to deal with. So I think that's the point of emphasis in my mind, because I do think we've excelled so far on defense in any kicking game. We got to continue to do better. We know we're going to face more challenges in the future, so that'll be the true test. But yeah, we got to keep evolving there, and DJ's got to continue to improve as we go. We have to play with a little more precision and consistency around him. But in general, that's kind of who we are as a team right now after 3 games.
So, man, this is how I feel about this. They got a couple of those interceptions hit receiver hands. From the ones I saw, like again, I watched a little bit into the.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken.
I don't know why that's playing. I can't stand ads. Anyway, that's a couple of those. I think one tipped off of somebody's hand. And DJ, DJ got to play. You just got to play better. 5 interceptions is crazy. You ain't gonna win too many games. And the thing is, shout out to Florida's defense though. Like he was right about Florida's defense. But hey, all this stuff popping up. Now, of course, Miami, they beat the hell out of South Florida. They were like, y'all ain't about to do us like Florida. Y'all did Florida. Now, I have to do a formal apology to Miami because my biggest issue with the Cristobal era of Miami, they really wasn't playing good defense. And they decided they want to play good defense now. So shout out to them for that. You know, Miami might. We talking about Georgia Tech, like they don't have to play Georgia Tech, which Georgia Tech might be an issue for anybody in the ACC. So I got high hopes for the ACC this year because like you got 3 teams off the top of my head. I mean, even Clemson could come. Oh, at Clemson, 2 losses, and you know they loss has just been unfortunate, man. Like this last game with Georgia Tech, that was an unfortunate loss. Let me see. Let me go here real quick. Let me go back here. That was just an unfortunate loss. So let me see. I want to look at Clemson's schedule. Like they got to play Syracuse. Yeah, Clemson got a long road ahead of them too, man. I don't think they're gonna make. I don't know if they're gonna make it. They're gonna have to go. The SMU game gonna be harder. Florida State ain't playing with anybody right now. Louisville, I mean, that they always have close games with them. Of course, South Carolina, that's a rivalry game. And they always have issues going up to Boston College for some reason. So, like, I can honestly see Georgia. This is gonna be out of Georgia Tech and Miami in the ACC. Then whoever survived the trio of like Georgia Tech, SMU, and maybe Louisville, whoever survives that will probably, if let's say for example, Big 12 probably gonna only have one just because like they're gonna be beating each other up. And right now might not be a big mid-major, especially since Wichita lost 2 games, since Notre Dame lost 2 games. So it's possible ACC, Big 10, and SEC all carry 3 teams. It's real possible now because I don't see. See, it's up in the air in the SEC in the Big 10, but it kind of I'm looking at how everything falling. Georgia Tech, man, they got the easiest schedule out the bunch. They could easily be a playoff team. And low, I do not. I'm tell you like this: even if they win, the best scenario is them winning the conference and them getting a bye week. Because I'm telling you, nobody. I don't think anybody want to go down there and play that type of offense after the long season. You want to have a couple weeks to look at that offense and get the key, because like it's a little bit different. They do it's just like Vanderbilt. Like Vanderbilt could sneak up on you if you ain't focused and everything. So I can see Georgia Tech now. Georgia Tech and Miami definitely. Them 2 definitely could be in the playoffs. I don't see Miami only big, and then you got the Florida State situation. So ACC is actually, I mean, they're pretty dope right now. Let's see. I said Miami, Georgia, man. That game was good. Damn, and then they gotta play Bama next. And man, I don't be 100 sure CB3. Zeus ain't really cordial right now. Ever since that Florida State ass whooping they got, he ain't been real cordial. He want to talk about Arch all the time, but he ain't want to talk about his Roll Tide. He ain't really trying to talk about that. It's cool though, man. Hey, I let him make it. Look, but Georgia, man, like Georgia and Tennessee, that's potential game of the year. Look, man, hey, see the crazy thing too about Bama, it's not the talent, it's the effort. Like they got they legit might be the most talented team in the land. It's just the effort is just like when they play. Man, I know what's wrong with Arch. I don't think he's trash. See, here's the thing. I said this earlier. I just rehashed this a little bit. I think Sark is putting a lot on his plate for later on in the season. Because Ewers did the same. He was the same way where like Sark's throwing a lot of RPOs out there, which you got to be precise with your timing. You got to be very precise. Like sometimes he's rushing it, sometimes he's too slow. It's very precise. It's just like the West Coast in a way where everything is about precision. You know, 3-step, 4, 5-step, 7-step type stuff. Which they'll never really do 7 steps anymore. But like it's one of those timing got to be perfect. You got to already read the defense. You got to. And shout out to them, right? Sometimes your non-conference games, like playing y'all, is gonna help us when we go to Georgia or when we go to Florida, because Florida gonna be crazy just because Texas coming in town, or like Red River, or even a night game in Kentucky. Kentucky's a weird game too. That stuff helps. Like, I'm cool with that. Our defense is top 5 in the land. You know what I mean? It's one of the high end defenses. So not like if he mess up, he can't mess up too much. But like they gonna keep us in the game. Like Anthony Hill, Michael Taft, and all them boys gonna keep in the defensive line. They gonna keep us in the game. The only problem I'm seeing is sooner or later you're gonna have to play on Arch's strength, which is he's more better when it's no huddle. He could improvise a little bit. He got 3 reads and then he can make a decision type. He flourished in that. Like he could 2-minute drills. He's good. He's great in. Like most quarterbacks great in, but like he's like exceptional at that. It just because like when we start moving the ball against y'all like on the passing game, it was when it was more improvise. I ain't gonna say improvise because that make it like he just run around in the back in the pocket or whatever. When it was more of like he seen the reads are so fast. It's not like run pass option. You keying in on all right, defensive end, safety, defensive end, linebacker. Like that's what you're keying in on. If the outside linebacker, the edge rusher rush in for the thing, yeah, and then like the safety at a certain spot, yeah, pass it, do the pass to the receiver. It's a lot of little keys he gotta like get down. It's very precise because like you hold RPOs, you hold the ball on too long, it's either gonna be a pick or it's gonna be a penalty because the line think is a run. So like it's just little stuff like that. And Ewers had the same issue. I believe. I think he was around with. Nah, he wasn't around when Hudson Card was there. But yeah, I mean, there's just that's something that you just gotta work on. But back to what I was saying, like the Georgia-Tennessee game, Georgia basically like shit. Both teams played in their strength. Like Tennessee, I believe Tennessee now might be a playoff team. I think they're gonna beat Bama. I think they're good enough to beat Bama. Because like they should have won this game. Georgia, I mean, the crazy thing, like the problem with this game, because of the shootout, they kind of expose themselves a little bit. Because like the SEC, like it's tend to get in the SEC. Same with the Big Ten, and like somebody's gonna get you. Like I won't be surprised. Like you'll have about 4 or 5 two-loss teams when it comes to like week 11, week 10 or 11 or something like that. I won't be surprised at that just by how everything flows. So I like Georgia run game. Georgia got a good run game. Shout out to them on that. That was a great game. That might be great. That could be a game of the year candidate. The Oregon Ducks, Northwest. That game was weird. That game was weird, and I think it was weird because like even though Oregon State is way more talented than Oregon is way more talented than Oregon State. That's a rivalry game. You never know how there's always weird stuff going on. Believe what they call that shit, that game. I think like Civil War or something like that. But like I think they kind of played conservative just because the rivalry game happened. Then after that game, then they got Penn State. So like it's. Oh, I meant to say another good game was the West Virginia Pitt game, that's always a decent game. Florida State didn't play. I already talked about the Longhorns. Illinois I think Illinois is this year is Indiana. Matter of fact, do they play each other? Hold up. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, this weekend. That's a sneaky game. Indiana versus Illinois, that's a sneaky game. So watch out for that game. And CP3 gonna be 100 with you. Indiana, Illinois is them. If y'all get any losses, that's gonna be weird. It'll be one of those games. Let me make sure y'all even play them before I say anything. Let's see. No, y'all don't even play them. So yeah, watch out for the that Illinois game. That might be our weird game. Cause like you remember, I wasn't that year y'all played like Maryland. That was a weird game. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be playing them in Illinois, in Champaign. You know, just watch out for that one. Like I'm thinking our weird game is gonna be kind of like Vanderbilt or somebody like that. You know, they're just gonna come out of nowhere. I actually. That's the game I'm more worried about that game than like even playing against Georgia because like we don't know what Georgia is, and then I kind of expect if we're gonna lose the game that we can't afford to lose is gonna be like the Vandies and stuff. But that's a sneaky. Those games are always sneaky because it's like right before a big game, that type of stuff. The Aggies, man. They didn't have no business winning that game against Notre Dame. That he can't, and they 3-0, man. That's the craziest game, and like that's one of those like I couldn't watch everything, and then that fight was coming on, so I had to make an executive decision. I wish I didn't do that, man. Let's see, Taylor tape. Let's go right here. 400 yards total. Let's see. Do they got the? Hold up. Am I missing something? Yeah, it was just back and forth, and then yeah, man. Like A&M actually got offense, so shout out to them. So yeah, that game was wild. I can't show it on here, but like the highlights in that, man. Check that's there was a lot of little crazy games like that. Like Ole Miss and Arkansas was crazy like that. Man, I think Georgia Tech need to be up in the top 10s. Oh yeah, about the Vandy in South Carolina. There was a bet. The podcaster Thea Vaughn made a bet with the star quarterback. I think his. Let me make sure I got his name right. Yeah, Diego. Well, Thea Vaughn had to take Diego's mom out on a date if if Vanderbilt beats South Carolina. They beat the hell out of South Carolina too. At South Carolina, they should be up high too. That's an impressive win. Then Auburn gonna get their test against Oklahoma. Oh yeah, that's another game. That's a game that the old quarterback come back to Oklahoma. So that's a highlight game right there. So that's pretty much about the college. Tennessee, man, look, Tennessee and Georgia, probably the game of the week. Next to the Aggies and Fighting Irish. Oh, what's that? Pitt in West Virginia. Those are the games of the week. Last week. All right, I'll go through a couple NFL games. I'm I got some film on that shit on that. So man, Houston, man, like they fucking shit the bed last night. I missed the goddamn the Los Angeles Chargers and Raiders. But I'm gonna start off with I think the most complete team in the NFL right now, hands down, is Green Bay Packers. Like legit, it's beat two playoff teams from last year. Like it ain't nothing. And Jordan Love, like the offense, they got more. They got Kraft. They tight end. They working the tight end way more than they used to. And it's a formidable offense now, man. I honestly got and they defense. You mean adding Micah Parsons with that RA pass rush, and they could stop the run, and they could play. They could cover. There's not too many weaknesses on that defense. Now they might have some depth issues at cornerback. It might, and I know they drafted somebody. They cornerback and they safety. They do have some depth issues if the injury bug hit them. But honestly, I think that might be the best team of the. I mean, they pretty much manhandled Detroit and Washington. You know, second on that list would be like Buffalo. Like Buffalo just demolished New York. Like New York Jets went right back to being New York Jets. Get ready for the first pick of the draft again. They look horrible. Baltimore, man, just destroyed, and like Cleveland is rudderless right now. And now they Baltimore made me eat my words because I thought like Cincinnati, if Burrow stay healthy, Cincinnati is gonna be formidable. With Cincinnati, like right now, they got a good team. Their defense is actually legit. Like Jacksonville, well, a couple of those was like pick sixes and stuff, so I can't even be blaming on defense on that. I think they got kicked or ran back on them. But like Burrow's getting hurt. Although, like Jake Brandon, he could do some damage with that. That might be one of the best receiving styles in the league right now, with Higgins and in Chase, Jamar Chase. That's one of the best. And then I forgot their tight end name. Then Chase Brown, man, running the rock and everything. They legit offense. I mean, they got a good offense, you know. So, yeah, Baltimore, man, like honest got true, the only team I could see them giving them trouble was the Buffalo, or maybe like a divisional game against Pittsburgh. Even the Cincinnati. Like Cincinnati defense still intact. Even though like I said, they gave up a couple points against Jacksonville, but like a lot of that was like it was a couple of interception ran back, so it wasn't really defense getting burnt. But so I'm gonna talk about this a little bit. So I ain't gonna go on the tush push yet. Let me see. Look, I don't want to hear nobody talking down on Dak right now. Dak is playing. He's playing out of his mind right now. And what's dangerous about that offense is there's still wrinkles they got to iron out when it comes to the running game. Like with this game, right? What you call it? They were cheating the outside zone plays all day. They were cheating those plays all day because like that was one thing McCarthy did a lot. So they were cheating on that. If we get to a point where we could run anywhere at any given time with the running backs we got, like right now, we even imagine if Jaden Blue played the last two games, right? That could have easily been, we could have been 2-0 right now, dead ass. Cause like when they physically say, all right, we running up the middle, the line is playing, and it's gonna get damaged because Cooper Beebe, was it Cooper Beebe? Yeah, Cooper Beebe just got caught up on a high ankle sprain, right? So the running game, Hoffman's good, but like the running game might suffer a little because Cooper, he was just fucking mauling people, man. But this is one example of the level number 4 is playing right now. Man, just to let you know how high level that pass was, he passed over 2 defenders. The ball's already out. It's high pointed. He went up and get that. That's a hard throw to make. Might be ill-advised in some cases. Here's another one. Here's a couple of them right here. That ball already out. He already made a cut. It's to the outside hand. He's playing lights out. Let me see if they got any more. Hold up. I knew it was quiet in here. Yeah, they play a lot of, man. They were doing a lot of bracket coverages and everything on CD. And like George Pickens made a couple of good plays. The only hiccup he had, and this probably shouldn't even been an interception. Here we go. That might be a bad pass right there, but he's been doing it all game. Let's see. Yeah, that he probably should have went right here to the top to Ferguson, but like CD been beating him, but that pressure got to him and kind of probably threw the ball weird. Yeah. That was just a bad read. That's probably the worst probably one of the worst throws. That is the worst throw he did. But that shouldn't even been an interception. So the biggest thing about the Cowboys game too was the issues with the defense. So I'm gonna shout out to Main Ultra. I'm gonna let him explain it. I'm put his link in the description, man, for this football 1-on-1 shit right here.
Team meeting. Okay, Cowboys fans, y'all deserve to know what the hell happened last night when Russell Wilson threw 2 bombs over your head on your defense in the last few minutes of the game. First thing, it's 4th and 4. What coverage are we in? Are we in cover 3 on 4th and 4? Acho, what's the big deal with being in cover 3 on 4th and 4? You sit in zone coverage, way too many vacancies in the zone. He is wide open. If he wants to turn around at the sticks and stop right here, he is wide open. Furthermore, if you're going to sit in cover 3 on 4th and 4, did the Cowboys bust the coverage? Okay. If we're in cover 3, very simple. There should be a hook curl defender here, a hook curl defender here, a curl flat defender here. But here's my question. Who's the hook curl defender on this zone? I believe potentially the safety's rotated the wrong way. This safety should be the hook curl defender here, hook curl defender here. I think you might have 2 players in the exact same zone. So one, I think you busted the coverage. But let's move on to the next picture. How does he get that wide open? Okay, Diggs at cornerback. Traditionally, you're thought in cover 3. Be as deep as the deepest, but be as wide as the widest. Diggs should be able to overlap this ball with his depth. But also, how in the hell did it get behind Donovan Wilson to safety?
All right, this is my biggest issue. When you plan, Donovan Wilson is traditionally he's your strong safety in the defense, and he's mostly going to be your run support, tight end guy, cover the tight end guy, right? The problem I'm having with the defense right here, we played a way too much zone. I'm talking about way too much zone. Okay, there's a place for zone. There's a place for a certain type of zone, like Main Ultra was saying. But if you missing a key point of your secondary, which is Bland, I think you would give your rotational cornerbacks way more chance to be successful if you man up, keep safeties up top, then sneak zones from that point on. You know what I mean? That's me personally, because Elam, they would turn their back so fast because that's what the zone dictates. And Russell, you have to understand where Russell came from. Russell came from Seattle. I mean, been years since the Legion Boom, but that's probably one of the greatest zone defense since the damn Tampa 2 back in the Tampa Bay days, the Dungy Tampa teams, you know? They could run zone. That Seattle team ran ahead of 5 zone all the time. You know, and it's 2 ways you beat cover 3. You either gonna do seam routes all day, like they do, a bunch of seam routes, or you're gonna run on it. Our defensive line actually held the run down good, but if you got new people playing zone, right? The problem is zone. You need communication. Everybody need to know where they're going. You know what I mean? The pass rush got to get there because every zone has an opening. That's how, and these teams keep the players know zone beaters off top. Archer basically said this dude right here. If he didn't go open, you got first down right there off top. You know, so that's the problem. When you got new people coming in, even though they probably went through training camp and know the playbook and everything, that's cool. But chemistry still matter. The communication gotta be there. The whole, because there's a lot of them zones is they do a lot of matchup zones, especially with cover. They do cover 6 or quarters or something like that. you got assignment, but like when the receiver does a certain thing. If a receiver does a dig route or out, okay, yeah, you pretty much got that. But like I said, personally, with Diggs come off ACL, I'm not having Donovan Wilson being his help man. I'm gonna have Hooker be his help man because like Diggs I wouldn't really be running zone too heavily with the cornerbacks. I would have them man up and just keep the safeties up top personally. Then maybe if it's like a fourth and if we want them fourth and longs, yeah, you throw a zone, might shoot a zone blitz in there, something like that. Because I mean, you trying to rush, and then the zone player, if you trying to rush a pass for hot readings, and you have that covered and stuff. So like, I just didn't like the game plan defensively when it comes to the secondary because like you gotta let the players play. Like zone, too much zone. That's when the communication. If you ain't used to that. Like Legion Boom, who else run a lot of zone? Pittsburgh runs a lot of zone. Like Eagles run a lot of zone. Like I mean, Eagles. That's all they do is run zone. You know what I mean? Other than like third and long, they gonna come with you on blitz and third and long. But like that's all they do is run zone. That's why like motions work good on them because of you will have like you could move them around and hit the vacancy stuff like if you move around the tight end, the linebackers will shift, and then you have a easy run or whatever. The gaps, the running gaps will be open and passing gaps too. Same with San Francisco. Like the whole issue with like San Francisco, if you get Greenlaw out to play, you can make Fred Warner he have to make a decision, and then every time Fred Warner have to blitz on a regular basis. Look at the Baltimore game. I want to say I think they played 2 years ago. Yeah, the 2023 game against Baltimore, perfect example. That defense, Fred Warner and Greenlaw makes that defense because if you got Fred Warner and Greenlaw both stationary, they're gonna take up the whole middle of the field, and you can't do anything pass in the middle field because they were long and they play complementary ball. Part of one of the two best nickel linebacker packages in the league at that time. Now Greenlaw, but like this, I think it's mostly communication. I think it's mostly what's going on? Oh, my youngest crying. But like, yeah, that's the issue.
Bruh, what were you sitting here for? You better stay in that pedal. So that's the first thing. Why are we in cover 3? Did we bust the coverage? And then we got to be as deep as the deepest and as wide as the widest. Let's take a look at the very next play. Okay, next play. Now we're in cover 4. A little bit safer of a call. 33 seconds left in the game. It's 1st and 10. But Donovan Wilson, if you got a 3-by-1 formation and you do not have any speed threatening you with this number 3 position, what I mean by speed is like there's not like a wide receiver here, it's a tight end.
You get deep.
Just double the receiver.
You get deep.
You don't have any work. If you have speed at number 3, there's a world where you could have to go help it.
He's right. Like cut and quarters. That's like I said, that's communication there. That's communication, and that's play recognition. You know what I mean? Man, when I saw that, I was like, man, that's and you put in that's Diggs over here. You put in, I think that's Elam there. You put in a bad position because Elam he's going that quarter, he going all the way to, he's guarding the corner and stuff. So you got to be there up top so nothing get past you. And Westcott end up spinning the cornerback in the safety.
Number 3, but number 3 is being eaten up by this tight end, by this linebacker. Get out your pet.
Yeah, he split them. Anytime you do quarters, that safety gotta be up. You gotta be right here. You gotta be up, cause you gotta be like an 8-yard line. And Westcott got that. Then so if he does throw deep, you could make a play on the ball. You know what I mean? You don't. It's the whole saying. If the receivers even, they gonna leave you. Even leaving. That's the old saying. You know. And that was the issue with the secondary. Like a lot of zones when they're not really a strong zone defense anyway. So I made Acho right about that. Dead on right about that. And this more of an example too. So like they're playing it's the same thing, quarters. That's basically quarters. Hold on. No. Nah, that's cover. That should be like cover. Ooh, cover 6. Yeah. Just a lot of miscommunication and not playing what your assignment on the zones. Like Donovan Wilson should have already been back at the damn near 10-yard line when the play hike. He don't have nobody look. I mean, Emmanuel was right about that. Like, you got tight end there. Your linebacker's gonna get the tight end. And see, that tells you what type of defense he's used to running with too. All right, over that. This another thing. Yeah, they might need to fix the tush bush. Everybody, all these people, the whole team is outsides, literally. Yeah, they want to fix that. That's crazy. Yeah, they all. They false start and everything. Yeah, Philly get away with everything, but here's how I feel about Philly. Right, they getting a lot of injuries to be a repeat team. They getting a lot of injuries, bad injuries too. Not like hamstring here, grown. Things just gonna linger the whole goddamn season. And I just gonna see. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm over here just trying. Maybe I'm a Cowboy hater, a Cowboy fan that's hating on the Eagles. That attrition rate, man, is gonna be crazy. And matter of fact, let's look at their schedule. Yeah, I'm saying I said the same thing about. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. What you cause is don't have a win yet. Let's see. Hold on. They got to play the Rams, then the Buccaneers. Yeah, they about to go through a whole goddamn the Broncos. Yeah, this about to be a hard. Everybody have a hard go if they don't get healthy. They about to have a hard go of it. I'm not over here just trying to hate. I'm seeing a lot of injuries. So it's gonna be an interesting year, man. Cause like the other news is that Jadeveon Clowney, I know he probably over the hill, but he just signed with the Cowboys, which is good for a stopgap measure. I personally think we're gonna be active in the trade deadline stuff to bolster up the defense, especially if Overshawn comes back. Cause like that's Overshawn right now is probably like our missing link when it comes to the linebacker core. Like that last week, if we had Overshawn in the lineup, we probably win that game. Because if you go look at it, Overshawn in the lineup and not dropping passes. I mean, them are the two things. Because Overshawn would have been if he was healthy, been on the spot with Jalen. But Jerry already said he getting back in the game because like now he got house money with all those draft picks. I highly doubt we might get rid of one of our first rounders for a move. I think the best play to do really is to we might could afford getting rid of a second for a player at this at the trade deadline. Second and fifth or something like that. Well, we don't have a fifth. Well, we probably do because them comp picks, but I think we get Overshawn back, and then April Fools know what to do with the defense. I think the defense is an easy fix because like bringing Clowney in, and I didn't have no issues with the linebackers. The linebackers played a good game. Like they stopped the run, which is what we want them to do. Is like we got one of the best run. It's rare too because like a lot of people ain't really running hardcore right now. I judge run defenses when the elements dictate teams got to run on you. What are you doing there? I think we good. We better on our run defense than what the last couple of years. But all that remains to be seen how great we are going to be. How are we going to be this year? But I don't think New York is that. New York actually got good defense. I have to give them props on, like they got some pass rushers. My issues with them is they run game is suspect. Like if they still had Barkley with Russell right there, we would not have won that game. I mean, literally. And then what Cam Scatterbrew, man, like he's gonna be something. So they a sneaky team. I almost want to say like I won't be surprised they fuck around and have a run just because of how that defense is structured. I would not be surprised New York have a little run here. And people gonna be like, man, what's going on in New York? Because like it's some things they got. Like I don't know. Russell might not have another game like that because like a lot of that was assisted by what we were calling and how our secondary was already dinged up. However, he still got it, and like. I mean, the receivers are still capable. It's just putting everything together week in, week out with them. Like they got to get and see. And look, I didn't even got on the Daniel Jones thing. Like they former. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. They former like they snuck up on Denver. I thought Denver was going to be a sleeper team. You know? Like Daniel Jones having a game. I wonder how long this will last, you know? They playing hard. Like Tyler Warren, man, he made some crazy ass catches. Pittman did. You know, Michael Pittman did. Shit. They got a squad. They got a little offense working. You know, DJ Gideons. They got something working here. The problem I have with them. Hold on. Oh, Xavier Howard. Okay. The problem I got with them is I want to see them on the road. They just played 2 home games. You know, we got to see them on the road. Then we have versus. I want to see their next game. The Titans. All right, so the Rams gonna be their test. Titans they still trying to figure things out, even though they still got to figure things out there. But like, there's a good chance of them being. Let me see something. Okay, yeah. Oh, they got play cheese. Am I missing something? Oh, Steelers. They got play the Steelers. Okay. Yeah. And what's the East team they play? They play Miami. That's right. So yeah. I gotta see them play on the road. That's the only thing I won't put them up in the top 5 right now. They gotta play on the road one good time. But I say my top 5 teams right now: Green Bay top number 1, Buffalo number 2. This one gets tricky. Philly number 3. Look at the Rams. Hold up. I could say Rams number 4, then Indy number 5. I could say like that. And I want to say, and the 1-on-1 teams is going to be it's hard to set. Like Detroit might be the best 1-on-1 team. Then Seattle. Hold up. Did Arizona win 2 games? I think Arizona won 2 games. Hold up. I put Arizona right after Indy. What I like about Arizona, they defense. Even though Carolina came back in late, they defense legit. Like the Arizona defense legit. I like them. And let's see. Go back. I put Cincinnati after Arizona because Cincinnati, they them not having their Joe Burrows is gonna hurt them. The worst team right now, too, I believe is Miami. Miami is a train wreck. I think Miami bad. I'll say Miami might be worse than Carolina right now. Carolina got heart. Bryce. I think if they get the running game more healthy, Herbert, man, he good. It just if they get that, it's something missing there. It's almost like something need to be just added to the mix because Bryce had some bad throws. I think they asked him Bryce to do too much personally. They're trying to get him to be like Kyler. I mean, that's not his game. Like his game is about precision passing and like time, you know, precision pass your depth till you have a busted coverage and hit you deep type. That's always been Bryce's play. That's why he used to back in Alabama. Because he's so short. He's had that deep ass drop, which you can't do in the NFL because like them defensive linemen too fast for that shit now. But yeah, I just think it's something missing there, you know. Maybe a tight end. Houston, man, though, like Houston might be the most disappointing team. But then again, they just played. Let me make sure I got this right. I think they played 2 freaking playoff teams from last year. Yeah, it combined 8 points. You know, for a loss. Yeah, and it don't. These next 2 games might be the easiest games. God damn. Let's look at this again. Ravens, Seahawks, 49ers out. That's going to be tough. Broncos. Then back to Jet. Then, man, Texas might not make the playoffs if they keep playing like this. Legit, they might not make the playoffs. They got a tough-ass schedule. But, and then you got Cleveland. So the top, I think I said my top 10 pretty much. Bottom 10 would be Cincinnati, Cleveland, Carolina, Jets, Miami. Let's see. Damn, you it's crazy putting KC in there. Yeah, I forgot about the Chargers. Chargers legit. They could be a Super Bowl team. Legit, like real shit. They could be a Super Bowl team. They got a complete team over there. But this hour 14. Well, no, hour 18. This is my show. This is the show for the night. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody coming in. Please leave a comment and peace.